Hi everyone. So in this video series, I will be interviewing a lot of people who have produced amazing results. And when I'm saying amazing results, I'm not talking about rank 1, 5, 10. I'm talking about the people who have overcome hurdles and were able to get a rank for which they are satisfied. Okay. I Over a period of time, I have realized this that getting a rank in top 10 is not the end of the world. Over a period of time, I have realized this that it is not just to get a rank in a single digit or a double digit. The rank should be one for which you are satisfied, and it could be any rank. I mean, it is not necessary to be in top 10 or to be a top 100. The rank should be one for which you are satisfied. I have seen people dissatisfied with the rank of 24, 25, and I have seen people jumping out of joy in a rank of 10,000 or 15,000. So a rank, an ideal rank or a decent rank is the one which gives you contentness, which gives you satisfaction. So I will be interviewing a lot of people here in this platform which will not be linked to my affiliation to an institute. I am proud to be associated with DBMC. I am proud to be associated with eGurukul, but these are the neutral interviews that I will be taking. These are non-biased, or though none of the interview that I have ever taken in my life is a biased interview, but these will be totally I will say that the one that will not be linked to my professional affiliation to any other institute, rather will be a one-to-one talk with the person who has overcome a hurdle and able to come out as a winner. The whole idea of doing this particular series is the student should be motivated enough that if somebody has the same scenario, they feel that yes, they can also do. So starting with the session, today I have with me Dr. Chandrani, and Dr. Chandrani is from West Bengal. She is from Medical College, Kolkata, and she has scored 295 rank in this year INI CT exam. Now, before I tell about Dr. Chandrani, I want Dr. Chandrani to introduce herself and tell that what are the challenges that she has faced and how she was able to overcome those challenges.
Thank you, sir, for having me here. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Chandrani Chatterjee from West Bengal, as sir has already introduced. I did my internship and as well as my medical studies from Medical College, Kolkata. I completed my internship in 2019. I did not study anything during internship because I wanted to have fun at that time. So after 2019, when my internship ended in March 2019, then there was I was faced with a situation whether to go with non-academic JRship or not, and or to study at home. At that point of time, I was not going through a very good phase. I didn't feel good about myself. I had nihilistic delusions, so I sought psychiatric help with the help of my friends. Obviously, they are the ones who took me there. Then I was diagnosed with severe depression. And being in depression, it is very important that you don't stay confined within the four walls of your home at all points of time. It's very important that you go out and do normal activities that you used to. Otherwise, it will be a vicious cycle. It will keep on coming back. So that was one of my major reasons for joining non-academic JRship. Also, there's another point that I didn't want to ask for money from my parents anymore. I'm grown up enough. I don't really want to take their help for my studies anymore. I want to fund my own studies as much as I could.
Okay, so Dr. Chandrani, there are two big challenges that you faced in the life, and that is the whole reason that I wanted you to come here and talk to me and talk to the students. So the first is that you had a mental breakdown. Now, there are a lot of challenges that we face in the medical life because of emotional disturbances, because I don't want to go into those details, and itself medical studies itself a very, very big stress, and we have seen that the psychological disturbances have become a lot common in the medical students. So I keep on getting this problem from the students that, sir, I am into depression, and they are aware about that particular part. I do not know whether I will be able to overcome on that and would be able to do something. So this is, and I feel that having a mind, a thoughtful mind who is thinking about the exam is, I think, something which is extremely important so that you can achieve or you can reach to that particular target. And the second challenge that you mentioned is about that you wanted to be independent financially also. You did not want to be dependent. Now, it could be by choice or it could be by compulsion, but whatever. So you were financially independent, you were doing JR-ship, you had the not a, I will say, a control on your emotions and putting it in this, and still you were able to get a pretty decent rank in the exam. So tell me how all this was managed.
Sir, I would say that the one of the most important things in during this phase of my life was the support from my friends and family. That is extremely important. Along with medications, you also need support from friends and family, from your near and dear ones. You need emotional support. Cracking an entrance exam is not only about studying. There are many other important factors that need to be kept in mind when you are trying for an entrance exam. We are adults now. We have lots of problems in our lives. We have to sort that out and study at the same time. So there's no use cribbing about problems. You have to find solutions for that. It is very important to identify what are the points where you're facing a problem and finding a solution to that problem. Like I had depression. I very luckily had very supportive friends and family who took me to the psychiatrist. I got my medications, but medications alone cannot help you. You need mental support. So someone who urges you to keep on going forward, to try again and again, despite your failures. It doesn't matter how many times you fail, because failure is the pillar of success. Always remember that.
Yeah,
So
very, very correctly said. And I think there is another important point that you have raised is that if you have identified or your friends have identified that you have a sign, an early sign of the depression, please do not hesitate in seeking a medical help. I mean, do not get this taboo that yes, you are taking some medication. I mean, sometimes medications are needed and they will definitely help you in getting better at an early time and getting back to the track in the normal life, and as you are seeing an example. Yes.
so in the initial days when I was diagnosed with depression, I was extremely boosted up by my friends and family. So I was able to start my preparation at around September. By in October, I was in full-fledged preparation. So I did it from October to December, and then gave me 2020 in January, in which I got a rank of 8353. My previous rank in my internship year was around 46,000. I was happy that I have improved in just a matter of 3 months, but I was not happy with the rank because I always wanted to study in a central institute. So what I did was I took a leap of faith that I became actually extremely confident, rather I would say overconfident, that if I can do this much in 3 months, if I study a whole year, I can improve far more, and I may even get a seat in Central Institute, who knows. So I didn't take up any subject then. I continued with my JR-ship, and then in mid-year last year, that is around June 2020, I got a rank of around 1100 in AIIMS, 500 in PGI, and 400 in JIPMER. But the problem was that being a general category student, there were not sufficient clinical seats for me at that rank. So, and I wanted to take up only clinical subjects. So I didn't take up any seat even then. Then after that, so I kept on studying with side by side my JR-ship. Then in November, INICT, I got a rank of 863. That's when I realized that I've got stuck. My initial source of preparation all this time had been Marrow and to some extent DAMS. The teachers are extremely good, but somehow I was not able to take the full thing from them. I was not able to unleash my full potential. So I decided to subscribe to PrepLadder and DBMSI at this time.
So basically, you
I
joined
studied.
all the four institutes. You joined AMS, you joined Marrow, you joined PrepLadder, and you joined eGurukul.
Yes, sir.
Basically, I mean, this is another important point that I want to raise, or I want to pitch over here, is that the people who question the student who have got great rank, that the student is giving interview to multiple places, and that means that student has taken money from one institute, the student has taken money, how kitne mein big gaya or kitne mein. So guys, this is another message for all of you, and that is why I wanted to do it on a neutral platform, that there are a lot of students who join multiple places at multiple ways. So please do not question anybody's efforts. I mean, it depends on an individual. There are people who select one subject, two subject from one place, one subject, two subject from another place. There are people who join some places for test and discussion. There are students who join some places for a question bank. There are students who join some places for a GT. I don't think that a person who has scored such great ranks. I was looking at some of the comments on the rank one Amartya about people putting up. So it probably shows the frustration of the student who is unable to score the result. So don't do all those part. And as you are seeing that the Chandrani has also joined the multiple places. So basically, you identified some important stuff, like you studied anatomy from one place, radiology from one place, surgery
Yes.
from one place, and medicine
Yes.
from one place, and then you combined the two, and then you created your notes.
I would like to say that study from a particular, that to all those who are watching this, the study from a particular platform that you are comfortable with. Solve the Q bank, give GTs. If your marks are coming consistently low in anything, in any subject, change your strategy. Either do custom modules or change the platform, do whatever it takes, but change your strategy and solve the problem. The ultimate thing is that you have to get the rank. No one will get the rank for you. So there's no harm in subscribing to multiple platforms. Do what you can do best.
Yeah, I mean, Chandrani, I would also like to say at this stage that actually it depends on a totally individual. I mean, it is not necessary that one strategy is gonna fit all. I mean, if you are ultimately, what Chandrani has said is, I completely agree with her, that if you are consistently not performing very good in a particular subject, see, by hook or by crook, you have to get better in that particular subject. So you have to change your strategy. How you want to change your strategy, that totally depends on you. There could be a chance that I'm a great teacher, but there could be a chance you do not understand how I teach radiology. So you can always switch on to some other person and can read the radiology from that particular place. Same is the status. Dr. Ashwini is a great teacher. There are chances that you're not understanding anatomy from him, though this looks a remote chance to me. But still, everybody has a different way of learning. Everybody has a different way of understanding. If you are not performing well in a particular subject and you have time, mind my words, you have time, you can change the strategy. You cannot change the strategy 15 days before the exam. But if you have 6 months before the exam, if you have 8 months before the exam, you can very well change the strategy and can go forward. And one more point, one size doesn't fit all. Everybody has a different way. Like I was talking to Chandrani and I came a very, very interesting part, and that she was not a very, very big fan of writing GTs. So Chandrani, will you tell something about writing GTs?
Yeah, when I started with my GTs, that was in around back in 2019. My ranks were obviously very poor. My score was very poor because I was just getting started with it. It started demoralizing me. So I stopped giving GTs. Then in the fag end of 2019, just before NEET PG, I got ranks of around 20,000, 30,000 in GTs. I was extremely demoralized that mujhse na ho paega. So, but let's see, kya hota hai NEET mein. Then in NEET, to my surprise, I got a rank of 8353. And that's when I realized that, okay, so performing poor in GTs does not necessarily
Your
mean
GT
that
ranks
you're
are
going to
not
perform in
matching with your real rank. So this is another important point that I wanted to raise. That see, giving GT is a pretty good idea, and you should give GT, but you should not get disheartened with the ranks of GT. I mean, it is not necessary that if you're not performing pretty well in a particular GT, you will not be able to perform so pretty well in the main exam. The idea of GT is broadly to assess your subjects, and you can work on those particular subjects, that how you can improve on those. And again, one size doesn't fit all. If you are not performing very well in a GT, does not mean that you will never be able to perform decently in the exam. That is another message that is coming up from this particular interview.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Dr. Chandrani, how was your last few, I will say, few months when all these things were happening about delay in the exam? So, leaving the GR, did you leave the GR-ship, or you continued with the GR-ship till the end?
No, I continue. I continue till the end, sir.
Continue till the end. Wow. Okay, great. And how did you manage the last few days or few months before the exam, when everybody was? What was your reaction when the exam got postponed a month back?
When
Because you were
when the
specifically
exam got
preparing for the Central Institute. What happened when the exam got postponed?
sir, hi. So during all this time, I've carried my GR-ship along with me right from the beginning of 2019. I would like to say regarding this that GR-ship or your job is never a burden for you. It is your determination that matters. If you're working, you can always solve MCQs at that place. You don't need to watch videos at that place because both are equally important. And also, if you know what you're studying, if you have proper concepts, you can also apply it to the patient that you're treating. Like I've diagnosed so many cases of sick euthyroid syndrome, which other people could not. Because I am currently studying right now. That's why I'm in touch with study.
For the way that the papers are being done nowadays, it is always better that if you are associated with the clinical postings, it will definitely give you some advantage in comparison. Obviously, that depends on how hectic is the work that you're doing.
Yes, exactly.
If you're working for 12 hours in a day,
Yeah,
you don't have the energy to read. But if working for 3 to 4, 5 hours in a day, I think that's absolutely okay. After that, you can have
yes,
enough time to read. So all that matters, I think I completely agree. And that was the whole idea of having these interviews, identifying some specific problems. So the whole idea of telling it to you guys is, please remember that everybody has a certain set of problems. The grass on the other side looks always greener, but everybody has got certain set of problems. So the problems are not there, the hurdles are not there to stop you. You have to cross the hurdle. And if there is a wall, you have to develop a strategy so that how you can climb the wall and can move forward. On the other hand, it could be any problem, as Dr. Chandrani has faced. Lot of people keep on asking, sir, I'm already doing a job, I don't know how I will crack the exam. So there are challenges that you're going to face. Everybody is facing some sort of challenges. Your aim is to overcome those challenges and come out as a winner. Thank you very much, Dr. Chandrani, for coming over here and telling your story. And I think I'm very, very happy to see that Dr. Chandrani is being very honest and upfront open about telling these challenges. If you come across mental issues, please be open. Please tell it to the people so that they can be taken care of. So that's all that I wanted to discuss. Soon I'll meet you again with another story, with another student who has faced a different hurdle and has come out as a winner. Okay. Take care and wish you all the best.